Hello and welcome to episode 126 on the Online Trainers Podcast. Today's topic is traits of the successful. Hello and welcome to the Online Trainers Podcast, where we go behind the scenes to uncover the latest tactics and strategies top trainers around the world are using to get more clients, dominate their marketplace, and get their clients amazing results. There is absolutely no fluff here. I'm your host, Lynn Trin. Now, as you probably already know, I'm in Texas. I'm in Dallas, Texas at the moment. I'm attending one of my mentors' events, Funnel Hacking Live here inside of ClickFunnels. Now, it's been a fantastic event so far. I think we're one day into it. It's currently 6 a.m. on day number 2. But with that being said, it was a really, really interesting first day. And I really wanted to take away some of the biggest key takeaways for me, especially if you can't make it to these events, because they do require a lot of time investment and financial investment on your behalf. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to extract the key details to help you grow your business. Now, one of the biggest key takeaways from me yesterday, there was one of my good friends, Kaylin and Brandon Poulin, and they're in the same mastermind that I'm currently in at this very moment in time. And, you know, inside of their fitness business, they were talking about their journey and how they generated $200,000 in their first year of their online fitness industry. And then last year they generated 2 million, and this year they're on track to generate 3 million, which is completely huge. Now, when I was looking at their presentation they did yesterday in front of every single person, I noticed one thing that they had, which is why they were super successful amongst the big thing, because Kaylin at the moment, she's an IFBB pro. She's got a huge following on Facebook, and she's doing tremendously well. What she's creating is massive culture, and that's what we'll get into a little bit later. But if we're really to extract the key fundamentals of really why and how she became successful, it really comes down to this one thing. And there's one thing and this concept of going all in. Now, I know I've been talking about it a lot. If you've been following me inside of the Online Trainers Club Facebook group, and that's super, because we are running multiple content webinars to help you grow your business. If you're not in there, jump in. But if you are in there and you've been following me, you know this concept of going all in. And I truly believe in this, because one of the biggest reasons why and how I was able to step out of my comfort zone, jump out of the gym, jump into the hybrid space, was making decisions. Now, the truth is, this concept of going all in is a concept that you have to adopt if you are to succeed. Why? Because humans, as we are built, our brain is functioned to keep us, to stop us from death, and we have this thing called fear. And fear alerts us to stop us from taking action to keep us safe. And our brain and our bodies are built to keep us safe, right? The brain is millions of years old. It's been hardwired. And so it does everything to keep you safe. So it's got this mechanism called fear. Now, fear in itself wants to keep you inside of your comfort zone where your body knows it's safe. It's a protective mechanism. And that is, of course, back in the old ages where we were roaming forests and we were in caves, and that was keeping us safe. Nobody knew that we were going to become this, or I'm sure some people did, but nobody knew we were going to become this technologically savvy in the near future. And so, what our brain perceives as a threat isn't so much a threat anymore, because a lot of times everything moving forward is a development of the mindset. What you have to realize is that a lot of the times, in fact, 100% of the times, one of my mentors, Tony Robbins, tells me and says that your mindset will hold you back. And that's what I look at. Every single person inside of Legacy, they don't come out with a business transformation. I focus on their mindset first. It's the mindset of going all in. It's the mindset of burning the boats. It's the mindset of saying, I cannot go back. And the truth is, this podcast is based on my perception, which if you want to take it on, if you want to take it and move forward with it, then fantastic. This is based on my experience. This is based on what I'm seeing. So with that being said, this is from my worldview, and my worldview believes that for most people to succeed, because I see so many people stuck, I see so many trainers stuck, and the reasons why they're stuck is because that they're comfortable. They're still stuck inside of this comfort zone. And this concept of going all in is it's making a decision. And a decision is based, it's either black or white. You know, a decision is complete when you make a decision to step out and leave. It's either you need to cut off from, you need to make a decision to say, I'm not doing that anymore, and follow up with action. Now, a lot of times most people make decisions, but they don't do anything with it. So they make decisions and they don't follow up with any action. So when I was looking at, Kaylin's presentation that she did yesterday, she made a decision to go all in. So, you know, the first $1,000 she invested, that was the only $1,000 they had left inside of their bank account. To them, it was worth $50,000, $100,000, right? That was the only $1,000 she couldn't pay for a food at the supermarket. And this was 2014. And then she went all in. Now, what that allowed her to do, when you decide to go all in and when you decide to take that massive step, what it allows you to do is it allows you to implement at such a highly detailed level that you would not have focused on and implemented before. And I know this is silly, right? But here's the truth. You're going all in to pay massive attention and take massive action. Now, the truth is, theoretically, if you take massive action and you pay massive attention, you're going to get the results, right? But the reasons why we don't do it is because there is too much distraction in this world at this very moment in time. Same thing with your clients. The reasons why they're not getting the results they're getting is because there is too much distraction. There is too many shiny objects. There are too many other easier way and paths and little devils along there telling them that, hey, they can do it this way and get easier results. Now, for Kaylin and Brandon, it was the matter of fact of going all in. It was the last $1,000. They spent it on one of Russell's trainings, and they went through it every step of the way. Every 30 seconds, they would spend the next 3 hours implementing that step. And they are massive, massive implementers. Now, one of the biggest things as well, if we look at the traits of the successful, is that they went all in. Okay, they decided to go all in. And what that allows you to do, and this concept of all in, it allows you to focus. Okay? It allows you to focus. It allows you to zone in and focus and take massive action. Now, within the concept of going all in, you have then certainty. You can't do anything else. You have to be certain in your plan, and you have to make it succeed no matter what. Now, this is where all the memes come in, right? And this is what I call the one domino that you're going to knock over that gets rid of everything else. Okay, this one big domino, when you decide that you're going to go all in, it actually knocks down all the other dominoes. It knocks down the focus domino, right? It knocks down the I'm not going to be distracted by shiny objects dominoes. It's going to knock down the I must figure this shit out domino. Right? Because how many times do we see those memes? Right? We see those memes that says, hey, if you fail, try again. If you fail, try again. If you fail, try again. And yet, when you haven't adopted this concept of going all in, you can look at those memes and you can try again, but you try half-ass. Now, if you've adopted the concept of going all in, which is that one big domino that's going to knock everything else down, then you're going to find a way no matter what. So, really, this one big domino, you can knock it down, and you can knock down the other 10 that attaches itself to it. And if this makes sense to you, it's like there are these other 10 little things, 10 little steps. But if you do this one big thing first, it actually knocks down, because if you do this one big thing, the other 10 has to be done as a result. If you go all in, right? If you go all in, you make that decision, you will become successful because you will focus. Right? You'll be more determined than ever. You're going to have more certainty in the thing that you're completing. You will find a way no matter how many times you fail. That is if you are going all in. And the truth is, the fear here is then, why haven't you decided to go all in? And I've been asking myself that question with thousands of trainers hitting me up, right? Why haven't they decided to go all in? And the truth is, because they don't want it bad enough. They kind of want it, but they know it's going to hurt, and they're not willing to sacrifice what they currently have in order to go through that turmoil to get to the other side where they know they will, deep down, they'll be successful. So at this very moment in time, there has never ever been more memes in the history of the world. There's never been more motivational bullshit in the world. And the truth is that bullshit's not working because it's conditioning you to think that it's one little thing. It's one little thing like I need to focus. It's one little thing like I need to overcome my failures. And the reality is, for me, inside of my worldview, is that you need to go all in, because that's the one big domino that's going to knock down every other domino and make your path super, super successful. And I see this because I see this inside of the people that I talk to who are successful. I see this inside of myself who decide to go all in. I see this inside of my legacy clients who are absolutely smashing it. They've gone all in and saying, I'm not working the gym anymore. I'm doing this completely full time. I'm going to focus working on my business. I'm going to go all in. I'm going to come to your retreats no matter what. I don't have any money, but this is the first thing I need to do. I'm going to come. And when you adopt that mindset, everything else fails. But the question I have for you today is, are you willing to adopt that mindset? Are you willing to step out of your comfort zone because you truly want success? And don't lie to yourself, because if you don't want it, it's okay. But don't be frustrated at the fact that you're not reaching that level of success because you truly deep down, you didn't really want it and you're just bullshitting yourself. So today's topic, today's question, really, if I can do anything to help you, is to really ask yourself the question, do you want success? And do you know what it actually takes? And are you willing to put in the work? Because the truth is, are you willing to step out and cut out the ties? Are you willing to leave that job to move forward? Or will you come up with excuses? Because you can either go all in or you can have excuses as to why you didn't go all in. And generally the excuses are, well, I can't afford it. Yeah. Whereas the person that goes all in says, fuck it, I'm going to go all in. I'm going to afford it, right? I'm going to find a way. And so that excuse is going to hold you back. You either go all in or you have a reason as to why you haven't gone all in. And that's really the one biggest thing that I've taken away from day number one, amongst many other things that I want to share with you on a daily basis. But that's the one biggest thing that I can do for you at this very moment in time. And you might be sitting there and you might be walking, listening to me. But the one question I have to get you to ask yourself is, do you really want it? And do you know what it takes? So the reality is, I didn't know what it took. The reality is, 3 years ago, I took a big step, right? I took a big step and I've just made that decision. I didn't know where it was going to lead me. I didn't know, and I didn't overthink things. I didn't know it was going to take me here, to coming up to a funnels award where I created a business and I've created one funnel that's turned over $1 million, and I'm going to be presented with the cool 2 Comma Club award, right? Things that I've been able to do, I never dreamed of, and I just took massive action. And so a lot of times when you overthink things, it can really destroy your progress when you overthink it. And the one thing that you need to do is you just need to rip off that Band-Aid. Okay. But if you haven't decided to go all in, then don't, and it's okay. You don't have to. There's nothing wrong with staying in your comfort zone, but don't be upset at yourself when people on the other side are achieving the level of success that you don't have because they made decisions that you haven't had the guts to make, or you're not in the right time. I don't know your circumstance. I don't know your situation. What I am proposing to you at this very moment in time is giving you the answers as to why you're not currently where you want to be. So with that being said, I really, these podcasts that I do every single day, I post inside of the group every single day because, I truly, truly believe that you as a coach, as a trainer, have the ability to change the lives of many people. It's not about releasing more info products. It's not about delivering people crappy results and more ebooks and making more money. You see, the fitness industry is already filled with that. My job is to empower you with the tools and the knowledge to make you go all in so that you empower your clients to go all in. And when you do that, that's when we'll stop these obesity rates. That's when we'll stop depression. That's when we'll reverse things. Because when you have and right at this very moment, you have the ability to transform your client. You have the ability to change their lives. Yeah. My job is to help you unlock that ability and take that step and become that leader and own it so you can start helping more people. Because at this very moment in time, it's quite funny. There are more trainers, there are more supplement companies, there are more diets out there than ever. Yet the obesity rate, the epidemic is scaling up because people are drowning in information. Too much information actually causes the reverse effect of what information was supposed to do, which was it was supposed to empower you to take action. Yet in the reality of things is that it is stopping people from taking action due to complexity. And so they spin on this wheel and they go around and around and around and around and around. And each time they go around, there's a new diet, a new program, there's a new diet, there's a new program. The reality is it's not going to get any better. In fact, it's getting worse unless you decide to step up and do something about it and go all in, which then allows you to teach them concept of going all in, which allows them to implement. One of the reasons why I do this podcast is because my hope, my dream, my desire is to actually help you become better and help you actually go and take massive action. And as a result of that, I can have a massive ripple effect in helping other people, helping overcome depression. When you help people find the best versions of themselves through their physical body, what you'll start to notice is you'll start to unlock many different things. And so, with that being said, I don't want to rant too much on this podcast, but I hope you really enjoyed that. I hope you take it and take that concept not lightly. And it's not here to blame you for anything, but it's here to give you perspective. It's here to say, you haven't achieved the results that you're after. Because you've read all the memes, or you're reading all the memes, yet there's this one big domino there that if you knock that down, it will knock down the 10 other memes. And so for me, it's always finding that one big thing inside of your mindset, inside of your business, inside of whatever it is inside of your body. Like for me, if I can find that one big domino personally for me, it's skipping breakfast. So then because I know I'm traveling a lot, I know that now I've only got 2 chances to stuff up, eat cheesecake, right? And that works for me. So inside of your life, what is that one big domino that's holding you back at this very moment? Is it the fact that you haven't pulled the trigger and you know you should be pulling the trigger? So with that in mind, guys, really, I hope that helps. And the job is to keep pushing you forward. But, don't be a consumer of information. Start doing something. Start conditioning yourself to take action. Okay. And that's what we'll talk about over the next couple of days inside of the next podcast episodes. I hope you really enjoyed that, and let me know how you're doing inside of your business. Reach out to me. I love hearing from you. I love hearing from people who listen to these shows, actually implement, because that's what I do this for. It's the fire to my fuel. Okay. So if you've achieved anything great as a result of this podcast, if you just take an action, if you decide that, hey, you listened to an episode and it switched on something for you, please reach out and let me know. I'd love to hear back from you. You can reach me at lynn@theonlinetrainersclub.com. With that being said, have a great day. And remember, you are one step away from becoming successful. You just need to decide whether or not you're willing to go all in. Alright, if you enjoyed this podcast, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes, and feel free to leave a review, and that way I can respond and I can take that on board in developing content to serve you. Now, if you're not a part of the Online Trainers Club on Facebook, please do yourself a favor and be a part of the conversation. That's where I add daily tips, tricks, and strategies on how you can build out funnels, how you can get more clients, and ultimately become a better online coach. Thank you for listening.